compliment comparing us to Stranger Things. Right now, it kind of looks like that vibe, I guess. I've never seen it. 44 in Uptown. This is what I think it would look like. This is our weather stem camera. You can definitely see the fog that's making Uptown not too visible out there. This is looking over the Bank of America Stadium. We're so happy the Carolina Panthers are in the playoffs. Wind is calm right now. The visibility is very low. That dew point temperature right now is sitting at 41 degrees. So you can see temperatures are actually quite mild, but again, we are dealing with the fog out there this morning. So you can see where this dense fog advisory is in place until 10 o'clock. So throughout the morning drive, we have areas down into Chesterfield, Union, heading all the way over into Cleveland County. You guys do have that dense fog advisory that is in place. Visibility running as low as almost 0 to a quarter of a mile. So please be careful, and I would allow a few extra minutes out there. So we're seeing less than that quarter of a mile in Gastonia. Same song, same dance over into Charlotte, half a mile into Shelby, under a mile into Lincolnton, and that fog certainly drifting to the south across areas of York and Chester counties this morning. Now, one thing you will notice when you walk out, it is not freezing by any means. It is up in the high country where we're sitting at 28 degrees there in Boone, 37 in West Jefferson, 44 in Charlotte. So our average low is 32, and we're starting the morning off at 44. So a mild, but it is a foggy start out there as the kids head to the bus stop. Please be mindful of that if you're driving through the neighborhoods or any of those side streets as well. Some kids are heading back to school, so they will be waiting out there on the bus stop. The sun will be rising at 7:32. Lunchtime, 50 degrees, and as the kids are heading home, about 55. So you look at that day planner in another glance for you. Starting off with that fog, clouds more abundant than any type of sunshine. I think we could see some peaks of sun, but certainly expect those mostly cloudy skies with highs topping out only a couple of degrees above average. Our average high right now is 52 degrees. We'll be upwards of 65 as we head through Tuesday, and then into the 70s. We'll have a dry cold front that will cross the area as we head into the middle of the week, but it really doesn't cool us down too much. I mean, we go from about 72 into the upper 60s and then near that record-breaking heat as we head.
I did.
Because my husband's always the driver, and you got the driver when you have kids does nothing but drive. I mean, my arm is broken, my back hurts by the time I'm done with that trip. It's a workout. Let's go ahead and look at our weather stem camera. This is our Blowing Rock camera, our resort cams. Looking good up in the high country right now. No icy spots, no snow up there right now, but then you look at Uptown and whoop, totally different. We have that dense fog blanketing the Uptown skyline there. This is looking over the bank. You can see 44 degrees in Uptown right now. That visibility is very low, running at 0. North wind 3 miles per hour. Dew point temperature 42 right now. So we do have a dense fog advisory. This is in place for areas of Cleveland County, Catawba, down into Gaston, York and Chester, Mecklenburg. You guys are included in this dense fog advisory. You can see where a lot of that fog covers that advisory area. Although you look at areas like say Concord, 1.5 miles, you do still have some of that dense fog. But for the National Weather Service to issue dense fog advisories, they do look to see visibility that's running at or below a quarter of a mile in the way of visibility. So current temperatures across the board, we know we're dealing with the fog, and we're dealing with a pretty mild start to this work week. It's 44 in Gastonia. So you might say, Kaitlin, that's a little bit chilly, but you know, our average low right now is 32. So we are not even at that freezing mark here across the Piedmont. 28 in Boone, West Jefferson, not too bad, sitting in the mid-30s for you guys. So for today, we will deal with mostly cloudy skies. I do think by the afternoon we could get some peaks of that sunshine, though. Ridge of high pressure keeping the rain away as we head through your Monday, as high temperatures top out close to that average mark. And if you want it to feel like January, enjoy the day today, because we flip that switch. You look at the next 3 days, and each day this temperature does start to rise. We're 55 as we head through the day. Monday, by Tuesday, 65. So warming by 10 degrees between Monday and Tuesday for highs, and then 72 as we head into Wednesday with mostly sunny skies. We will stay rain free for the next 3 days. Our next weather system will arrive as we head into Friday and then Saturday. We're looking at a frontal boundary, a cold front. While we will have one before this, it hardly shows itself. We're not going to see anything in the way of rain and hardly a cool down on that dry front Wednesday. It's this frontal boundary that will bring a rain chance to the forecast. And
tells me this kid is going to find himself in a tight spot again at some point.
I hope not.
Yeah, he's so adorable. He's great. It just shows too. It helps to know how to swim and also be aware of the dangers if you live around a body of water. Joe does not know how to swim, but it's okay because you have friends like myself who know how to swim. And if you were in danger, Joe, I would try and save you or at least call the authorities.
I wouldn't trust it. I would not trust it.
In icy conditions like that, we ran that dog story a little bit ago, and it's all over Facebook. A dog was rescued in those icy conditions, and that is a very skilled rescue, though. Those people have these suits on so they don't get hypothermia. So if you are in a situation like that, try to call authorities. But I think any of us, if we saw a kid in an icy pond, we would jump in. Well, maybe not you.
I couldn't.
Yeah, we would.
That is one of the reasons I want to so badly learn to swim, because it is a life-saving skill.
It is. It absolutely is.
It's nothing like a new year to learn a new skill.
Thinking about it. Yeah.
Okay, while he buffers and thinks about that, let's go ahead and toss it over to a weather-wise forecast.
Or as you head toward the Queen City and then Rock Hill. Bless you, James. We're looking at a fog alert across the area. We do have dense fog advisories all the way really touching areas of I-40, stretching down into Charlotte and then heading into our South Carolina counties as well. So York, Chester, Lancaster into Chesterfield, you guys are included in this. But I would say the most dense fog is really where a very busy commute is, in between Charlotte and Gastonia. So stretching there toward 85, 77 right now through Mecklenburg County. You guys are covered by this fog there as well. So please be careful and mindful that we are seeing some dense fog out there this morning. Now temperatures, it's actually okay. It's pretty mild outside. 43 in Charlotte, 44 in Charlotte, 43 as you head toward Gastonia. And that sun is now up, but it's just really foggy. So a lot of our area not getting in on too much in the way of sunshine. By lunchtime, 50 degrees. And as the kiddos are heading home today, for those that are going back to school, 55 degrees. And we are looking at those mostly cloudy conditions as we head through the day today. So here's a check of that day planner for you. Winds out of the southwest, so we're trying to pull in some of that warmth. Cloud cover will be in play for the most part. I'll call it mostly cloudy as we head through the day today. If you don't like near average temperatures, that's what today will feature as we head into Tuesday. 65 degrees, so temperatures warming by a good 10 degrees and well above average. Then we reach the 70s as we head through not just one day this week, but 3 days between Wednesday and Saturday. So prepare for the warmth, prepare for near record-breaking highs as we end this work week on Friday. Forecasting about 71, a record 72. So there's.
Do your children, are they into no one in your household?
No, sorry, I can't. I guess I should follow along with that a little bit more. No, we're like a Paw Patrol family. I can tell you all about Ryder and Chase, but that's where I'm at right now. This is a look at our Blowing Rock camera. Smooth sailing out there right now. We're not dealing with any active snowfall, and we are not dealing with any dense fog out in the high country right now, but that is a different story as you head here across the Piedmont heading southward. It's 44 in Uptown. This is our weather stem camera as we look over Bank of America Stadium. I mean, the buildings are all the way up here. You just can't see them as fog is blanketing a lot of the Charlotte area right now, and a lot of the Piedmont as well. The wind is calm. The dew point temperature is 42, so we certainly have that moisture, hence we have the fog, these low-hanging clouds out there. We do have a dense fog advisory from Catawba County down into Chester and then over into areas of Chesterfield as well. So we still have that pocket of very dense fog along I-85 stretching from areas of Cleveland County through Gaston into Mecklenburg, and also I-77 stretching basically from the Iredell-Mecklenburg County line all the way down into areas of South Charlotte, dealing with some very dense fog running at just about a half to a quarter of a mile in the way of visibility. It is a mild start, so we have the fog, but we also have a little bit of the warmth. It's still chilly, but well above average right now. It's 43 in Morganton. Good morning, Lincoln County. Lincolnton sitting at 40 degrees. Over into Salisbury, 43 in Concord right now. So we'll stay rain-free as we head through the day today. We do have this ridge of high pressure in control, but look at 4 p.m. still dealing with some clouds, so don't expect wall-to-wall sunshine as we head through the day. Temperatures really right near that average mark as highs top out in the mid-50s, so probably 3 degrees above average as we travel through your Monday. Looking at those dense fog to start with mostly cloudy skies as we head into the afternoon. If you want even warmer air, we have that in your forecast as well. By Tuesday coming into Wednesday, these temperatures will be well above average. 55 for Monday, 65 though, increasing that high by 10 degrees as we travel through tomorrow, feeling more like a beautiful spring day by the middle of the week. 72, our average is about 52. So we will be running 20 degrees above average as we head into the middle of the week. In the middle of the week, we'll have a dry cold front that'll cross the area. But by late this week, Friday into Saturday, a more robust frontal boundary heads our way. And that's when we could see some showers. I'm not anticipating it this time. So
this hour of Rising, but we have way more to go. Got your Rising chime, more check of your forecast and traffic as you head out the door. Anything else, Chris?
That was great, Joe.
Thank you.
I like that.
you guys are sitting together.
Like you guys are besties. Besties for the resties. Well, you're our best friends through the screen. Please stick around. We will be right back with much, much more Rising. Stay with us. Monday, January 5th. 2026, 8 o'clock here on Rising. I'm Taylor Miller, joined by Chris Gilmore, Joe Duncan, meteorologist Kaitlin Wright. Of course, you still have meteorologist James Scott with us, checking the roads, making sure you get to where you're going safely. And Kaitlin, that is obviously the weather is a big component in that too. It was very, very foggy out this morning on the way, very dense. Yeah. Are we going to be seeing that throughout the day?
Yeah, I think for at least the next couple of hours, not all day. Your conditions are looking a little bit nicer out there. This is via our weather stem cameras here across the board. We do have a fog alert. This is a dense fog advisory for areas down into Chesterfield and then heading into Mecklenburg, areas like Lincoln County, into areas of Cleveland County. You guys all have this dense fog advisory in place right now. It is 8:08, but until 10 a.m. this morning. So heads up, we have dense fog out there, especially if you are commuting between Shelby through Gastonia into areas of Charlotte, along I-85 in Cleveland, Gaston, Mecklenburg County, and then through Mecklenburg County, running on I-77, 74. You guys will all be dealing with some dense fog out there this morning, so be careful. Visibility running at about 2 miles as you head down into areas of Chester and then Lancaster counties as well. So temperatures across the board are sitting in the 40s. A couple of 30s are still out there right now, and Statesville 39 along with Wadesboro down into areas of Sherrall, and then 20s for some of our high country communities. As the kids head to the bus stop, probably already out there about to start their school day. Time is 8:09 and sun again, it is up, but we are still dealing with the clouds and that dense fog, so it's not wall to wall out there by any means. 43 degrees though for the most part if the kids are about to head out. As they're heading home, about 55 degrees rather. So prepare for a pretty near average day as we travel through your Monday, as those highs top out about 3 degrees above that 52 degree average mark. So temperatures today pretty on par with where we should be, but that changes. We have a big time warm up as we travel through this week. About 65 degrees for your Tuesday. By Wednesday, 72. Those highs running 20 degrees above where we should be, or where that average high is this time of year. We could even break records as we head into the end of this week. So here's a plus. We're not losing it. Look at that, an hour of daylight gain though this month. So we are inching toward brighter days, at least more brighter days as we head into the next several months. Right now, certainly not too bright out there, even though the sun is up. You're looking at our weather stem cam. It is 44 in Uptown. We do have this dense fog blanketing a lot of the area. It was a little bit worse the last couple of hours, so things are slowly improving, but we do still have that dense fog out there. The wind is calm, so it's not able to mix any of this fog out. A pretty stagnant wind, low visibility, but mild conditions is what you can expect as you walk out outside. We do have a dense fog advisory until 10 a.m. So still a couple of hours of this lingering fog before it does lift. We're still less than a quarter of a mile right now in areas of Shelby, stretching into areas of Gastonia, heading into Charlotte. Just getting a new update here. 2.5 miles for visibility in Salisbury, 2 miles in Rock Hill. Down into Chester, you're looking at 4 miles in the way of visibility. So temperatures across the board are sitting in the 40s for the most part. A few upper 30s still are out there. And then 29 as you head up to Boone, the high country this morning. You guys are feeling okay. Yeah, you're below freezing, but still right above that average mark for this time of year for you guys. As we head through the day, expect this high pressure and control. So really a pretty decent day, right on par with where we should be in the way of these highs. Actually a little bit above it, 55. Our average again is about 52. So as we head through today, expect more clouds than sun, and expect as we head through the next couple of days, the warmth to really start to build. We're 10 degrees warmer tomorrow than where we are today, increasing that high to 65 degrees for your Tuesday. Come Wednesday, 72, so really feeling that warmth. Rain stays away for the next several days until late Friday, Saturday, possibly isolated as we head into Sunday. So this will be our next weather system. It's going to be a cold front that will end up cooling us down, but before it does so, it will bring some showers to the area. Right now, we're looking at scattered. It is early. It is 8:23 on a Monday morning, and I'm talking about a Friday into Saturday system. So we will fine tune the timing. When we were watching that package, like the magnitude of that, of course, some children, how can they understand at 4, 5, 6 years old? But that is such a serious, dangerous situation. And so many areas up in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic or Northern Plains are dealing with that for iced over ponds and lakes.
And you see videos of, some dogs or people able, they are risking.
Yeah, the ice layer could be totally different. Yeah.
So, Kaitlin, when you were talking about some places in our viewing area are experiencing these iced over ponds, obviously not here in the Queen City,
right.
but
across the country, yeah, certainly. I mean, areas like the Great Lakes, even some of those lakes are starting to freeze over, but here locally, I mean, we just don't have the temperatures. And then down into Concord, and this is where we have these dense fog advisories in place. So areas like Cleveland County over into Lincoln County, Mecklenburg, stretching into Union. You guys have dense fog advisories in place until 10 a.m. So still for another about hour and 23 minutes. We are dealing with the dense fog, looking at it running less than a quarter of a mile, stretching from Shelby into Gastonia and then heading into Charlotte, even Lincolnton right now. Less than a quarter of a mile for visibility. So it's 39 in Statesville. So just a couple of 30s, including Wadesboro, up into Iredell County, West Jefferson, and then Boone sitting at 29. So some areas, I mean, you need a jacket when you walk out, but it's still actually quite mild as you are heading out, as the kids are heading to school today by lunchtime. If the kids are going out to recess, probably just that light jacket because it'll be about 50 degrees as the kiddos are heading home. Roughly 55 with those mostly cloudy skies in play as we head through the day today. But temperatures will be pretty close to that average mark. Our average this time of year is about 52 for the high and roughly 32 for that low. So we're above it, well above it for the low today. But as we travel through the day today, we will be pretty close to that average high as we do end up topping out at about 55 degrees with an overnight low of about 45. So we're staying mild, and then we just go up from there. We are 10 degrees warmer, about 13 degrees warmer than our average as we head through your Tuesday. By Wednesday, 72 degrees, and that's not where we stop at the 70-degree mark. We have a couple of those as we travel through this week, so prepare for a very mild week and rain for Wednesday. This frontal boundary is going to be as we head through Friday, then into Saturday, which will end up cooling us down as we head into Sunday. But before that brings us a chance of rain, and that's really our only chance of rain as we head through the next about 7 days. I want you to look at these highs because we have 3 days that are going to be 70 plus out of the next 7 days, but also take a